asked to solve the equation. Now remember, just like in our quiz, in solving equation problems, we're going to ask to see some algebra steps in here. So what we want to see is that you know that what's happening to the variable, it's being multiplied by 3. What's the opposite of multiplying by 3? Dividing by 3. So we need to divide 3 by both sides. This is really important to understand here, this step. We want to see this step on your test and on your homework. So in this case here, we want to do 3a divided by 3 and 12 divided by 3, because that gives us a, which is equal to 12 divided by 3, which equals 4. So a equals 4. In this case here, b plus 3.3 equals 8.9. We know the variable, which is the letter here, is being added by 3.3. So what's the opposite of adding 3.3? Subtracting 3.3. So again, this step, really important. So now we know that b is equal to 8.9 and minus 3.3 here. So we know that b is equal to 5.6. For this one here, 1 equals 1/4 times c. So what's the opposite of multiplying by 1/4? It's dividing by 1/4. So we need to divide by 1/4 from both sides. So then we get 1 divided by 1/4 equals c. Now, also really important to understand that when we are dividing a fraction, we are flipping the second number and multiplying. So what this tells us is 1 times the reciprocal, which is 4 over 1. And 1 times 4 over 1 is just going to give us 4. For this one here, we have 5.5 equals d plus 1/4. So what's happening to the variable? It's being added by 1/4. What's the opposite of that? Subtracting 1/4. So we have d equals 5.5 minus 1/4. Now, if we're looking at this, we see that, oh, we're subtracting a fraction. We need to have a common denominator. So what I can change that 1/2 into is 2/4 by multiplying it by 2 over 2. 1 times 2 is 2, and 2 times 2 is 4. So then subtracting 1/4, we end up getting 5 and 1/4. Last one here, what's happening to the variable? It's being multiplied by 2. What's the opposite of that? Dividing by 2. So e is equal to 6.4 divided by 2, which ends up getting us 3.2. So remember, for all of these, solving for the variable is the important part, but we also need to show this step right here.